Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the brand new Nike Tiempo Legacy in the Desert Sand and Atomic Orange colorway. Now inside the box, all you get are the shoes themselves. They do not come with any extras, so let me get these out of the box really quickly. And if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the brand new Tiempo Legacy. This is the first takedown model in the all-new Tiempo lineup. The Legend 5, which is of course the top end model, retails for $200 US. Below that you have the Tiempo Legacy, which is what I have here in my hands. These guys retail for $100 US, so half the price of the top end Legend 5. And actually, if you go to the review page on my website, linked down below in the description, you will find buy it now links with several exclusive SR4U coupon codes, allowing you to pick up the Legacy right now for about $90 US, so $10 under retail. So be sure to go ahead and check that out if this was a shoe of interest to you. Now before we go any further, I wanted to ask of two videos which I think you guys might be interested in. I just wanted your feedback on it. One is obviously a Tiempo line comparison. I think most of you guys would like to see that. If you do, just be sure to support this video with a like or just leave me a comment down below. And the second video that I thought you guys might be interested in is a comparison between the Tiempo Legacy and the Nike Premier. This shoe retails for $100. The Nike Premier retails for $110. So there's only a $10 difference between the two, and I thought it might be cool to compare the quality and see which one is the better value at the end of the day. So whichever one of those two comparison videos you guys would like to see, leave a comment down below, or leave a comment, let me know if you'd like to see both of those, or if you have any other suggestions for comparisons. Again, just leave a comment and I will look at all of them and respond to any questions that you may have regarding the new Tiempo line, because I know it is a little bit confusing since they have changed the name. So basically the Legacy takes the place of the Flight in quality, but more the price range of the Mystic. For those of you guys that can remember back to the old lineup for the Legend 4. But anyways, here is a look at the Nike Tiempo Legacy. In terms of the colorway itself, obviously this is the launch color in that Desert Sand, which has kind of a shiny finish in comparison to the top end Legend 5, which had more of a matte finish on the leather. And then of course you have your Atomic Orange instep, as well as that Atomic Orange on the sole plate. Really straightforward color. I personally really like it. You have your chrome tongue, which isn't really chrome, it's more of like a brushed metal type of look, but of course it isn't metal. It's just a very similar material as you're going to find on the Legend 5. It even has that same memory foam insert, but for the most part the colorway itself is not too far off from the Legend 5. One thing that you may have noticed if you look very, very closely is that that little extra strip of orange that would normally be right here is not here on the Legacy. So in terms of making some kind of distinguishment between the two, from a distance, that would be the major kind of throw off, letting you know that this is a Legacy as opposed to a Legend. Now in terms of quality and tech specs, there is not too many differences coming from the Legacy to the Legend. Obviously the most significant difference is going to be the leather quality itself, and that's not to say that the Legacy is vastly inferior in comparison to that top end Legend, which is of course made from high quality kangaroo leather. The Legacy is made from a high quality calfskin material. The leather is really, really soft from right out of the box, and like I said, feels very similar to that of the top end Legend 5. Whether or not the $100 price increase is worth it, that's more or less up to you. I do think that the leather quality is better on the top end Legend 5, but of course, is it $100 better? That's something you have to determine for yourself. But like I said, from right out of the box, I'm really happy with the overall leather quality on this particular boot. And it does feel very, very similar to the touch to that of the Legend 5. But of course, without actually having worn them, it's kind of difficult to judge the overall quality and see how much it's going to stretch and how it's going to wear and stuff like that. Same exact lacing system as you guys can see. And because this is not the top end model, you can see that there is no ACC branding there on the tongue. Only the top end models from Nike, like the Legend 5, will include all conditions control, which is essentially a wet control element that you're going to find on all the top end models from Nike. Exact same cut in the heel area as you guys can see. Still have an internal plastic heel counter. Your Tiempo branding right there on the back of the heel. The interior liner again is also very, very similar. You have your synthetic leather on either side, a perforated synthetic leather that is black in color going down the back of the heel, and a very, very similar amount of padding as well. The insole is fully removable, As you guys can see, it's a mesh liner on top, orange in color, your Nike Tiempo branding there on the heel, and it's just one single layer of this gray foam, which is decently thick. It's got a nice amount of padding to it. Again, not as nice as what you're going to find on the Legend 5, but that is to be expected. The Legend 5 has those pour-on inserts. You can see there's actually cutouts for it. They filled it in on this particular insole as opposed to using pour-on, but again, still a decent insole considering that it is only a $100 shoe. And then of course, Hyper Shield technology is also a carryover feature coming from the Legend 5 to the Takedown Model Legacy. You can see the branding right there, and essentially what it is, just give me 1 second to unlace the shoe a little bit. It's the liner on the inside of the shoe, and this is something that Nike has recently introduced with the Legend 5, and it acts as more or less an element that is there to protect the leather, make the shoe a little bit more lightweight, make the shoe a little bit more comfortable, and also allow the leather upper to dry more quickly, making the maintenance a lot less kind of cumbersome, which is kind of a problem with a lot of natural leather shoes. So you can see that interior liner is kind of like that honeycomb mesh base that we find in Nike skin, and what this does is, like I said, it helps to not have the shoe absorb as much water. It allows it to dry a little bit more quickly, and it does make for a sock-like type of comfort on the inside of the shoe. So overall, very, very unique feature, and you're only going to find it on the Tiempo Legacy and the top-end Legend 5. Of course, like I mentioned, the main difference between the two is going to be the jump from calfskin leather to kangaroo leather coming from the Legacy to that top-end Legend 5. Now, as far as the sole plate itself goes, it is a one-piece sole plate. As you guys can see, you have your stiffener bar right here through the middle, and the exact same stud pattern you're going to find on all the current Tiempo models, whether you're buying the Legend, the Legacy, or the Genio. You have your 4-bladed heel studs in the back, your 8 conical studs in the forefoot, your 2-bladed support studs in the middle, and your 1 Mercurial-esque stud right there at the tip of the toe. You even get that exact same kind of split in the sole plate that is supposed to allow for a little bit better flexibility, but in all honesty is so minimal that it really doesn't do much, at least in my opinion. But overall, very, very good stud pattern, a nice evolution to that classic Tiempo stud pattern that I've personally enjoyed over the years, and I really like the addition of this Mercurial stud. To me, it makes a pretty significant difference in terms of the amount of grip you get when pushing off and accelerating for a sprint and stuff like that. But for the most part, this is a stud pattern that performs very, very well on firm natural grass playing surfaces when it comes to grip as well as maneuverability. But that's pretty much it as far as all the tech specs and details that you should know about the Tiempo Legacy. And move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. Since the construction of the Tiempo Legacy is so similar to that of the Legend 5, the weight of the shoe is also pretty much right on par with that top-end Legend model. So I'm going to weigh this for you today in real time. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that these guys weigh in at 8.6 ounces, which, like I said, is pretty much exactly the same as the top-end Legend 5, and really all you can ask for from a high-quality leather soccer shoe. So if you're looking for something with a more traditional touch that doesn't lack modern innovation and is still going to have a relatively lightweight feel on your feet, then the Tiempo Legacy is definitely going to provide that for you. Alright, here's a look at the Tiempo Legacies on feet, and in terms of how these feel in comparison to the Legend 5, the answer to that question is pretty much identical. The same goes for the Genio. They have a very similar feel from high end to low end, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just isn't something that you expect from shoes that are below the top end model. It features the exact same X1.1 last that you're going to find on that top end Legend 5, meaning that there's a decent amount of width through the midfoot, a decent amount of width through the forefoot, whereas the toe box area is going to be a little bit more snug from right out of the box, but it works out okay because you do have a soft leather upper, which surely will stretch after a few hours of wear time. Now, in terms of width, I would say this is one of those shoes that's going to be suitable for a wide variety of foot types, just as long as you don't have excessively wide feet. Also, keep in mind that it will fit a little bit snug in the toe box from right out of the box, so just give it some time to break in and they will feel a lot more comfortable and stretch to the exact same shape as your foot. In terms of sizing, I've been getting a lot of questions about the new Tiempo. They run half a size small. I wore a size 9 US in the Legend 4 and all of the takedown models that went along with that particular shoe. And for the Legend 5 and all the takedowns, they run half a size small. So instead of wearing a 9 US, I had to go up to a 9.5. And you can see the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of Genios, Legacies, or Legend 5s, I strongly recommend going a half size up for the best possible fit. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Nike Tiempo Legacy. Like I mentioned, for $100, this does seem to be a pretty good value. The quality is definitely there, and whether or not it's worth it to go for the Legacy as opposed to the Legend, like I said, that's something you kind of have to determine for yourself and decide whether or not you'd rather have 2 pairs of Legacies or 1 pair of Legends, because that is a pretty extreme price difference. Now, as far as those comparison videos go, I'm going to be working on those over the next week or so expect those to go up very, very soon. In the meantime, though, I will be working on the full written review once I've got some testing time in on the Tiempo Legacy itself. So look out for that to go up hopefully in the next month or so. If you guys do want to check out the review page as of right now, not only will you find high quality images of this shoe, but you'll also find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get yourself some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. That link can be found down below in the description of this video. If you have any questions regarding this shoe, feel free to leave me a comment down below. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.